Guys, today we're going over some shoulder cars, right? I like to use these two implements, right, or two of these tools to kind of make a shoulder car, or you can use it for multiple different cars, just a little bit better, right? And so those of you who don't know what a car is, right, it's a controlled articular rotation, just meaning a controlled rotation of the joint. Right, so you can do cars for basically every joint in your body. Today we're just going to focus on the shoulders. So first thing first, we're going to take this stick. Well, we're actually going to get our feet set, right? So a nice hip shoulder width, grabbing the ground with my toes. So from here, stabbing the ground, right? So this is going to create tension in the upper body, right? So once we do this, the lat kicks on, right? Everything on the whole side body over here kicks on, some of the abs. So basically from your belly button up and over, that whole half of the circuit is turned on, right? From my belly button down is all turned on because my feet are grabbing the ground, right? My glutes are squeezed, my quads are squeezed, my core is tight. So now, belly button down, turned on, belly button to the left is turned on, right? Once I brace my core, now from say my sternum down and sternum over is all turned on. So all I have to worry about is this upper quadrant over here, right? So that's where the tennis ball comes in. This is where I create tension in this quadrant with the tennis ball. So I'm stabbing the ground, grabbing the floor with my feet, core is nice and tight, pulling my belly button to my spine. I'm going to squeeze this tennis ball as hard as I can, right? Now I'm going to depress my shoulder blade. So basically what we're doing is just making a big circle with my shoulder, right? But I want my shoulder blade to follow the lead of my shoulder, right? Most people when they do these shoulder cars, it's just kind of like lazy and just around, right? And don't get me wrong, that's better than not doing it at all, but there's a better way, right? There's always a better way. So we're gonna start with the feet, right? Quads are squeezed, glutes are squeezed, core is tight, stabbing the ground. So I'm depressing the shoulder blade, I'm pushing this into the ground, squeezing this ball, so I'm fully tensed. Everything from basically the neck down is tensed. Right? So now I'm depressing. So as I raise this up, I'm going to start to protract this shoulder blade. So now I'm following that shoulder. And now as I come up past like 90, I'm going to start to elevate this shoulder blade. Right? And then as I get to here, now I'm going to start to rotate to the outside and try and reach behind me, all without turning my chest. I want to stay nice and tight. So I want to pretend that everything is like solid, everything is cemented in, and my arm is like moving through molasses. Right? It's like I'm stuck in molasses. I'm moving very slow. And once I come all the way down, depressing again. Now it's going to be in reverse. So I'll do reverse this way. So I'm going to start with my palm facing back. I'm going to try and bring my palm as far back as I can without dumping my shoulder. So when you feel like your shoulder has to dump in order to go farther, that's when you're going to stop and you're going to start to externally rotate your palm to the ceiling. And then I'm going to swim over. But remember, my shoulder blade wants to follow all the way over. Right, so I'll give you one on this side. So I'll do it this way. So here, so I'm actively pressing down to the ground. As I come up, I'm elevating the scapula. Once I get to here, once I get bicep to my ear is when I want to start rotating, like internally rotating. I want to turn my hand out. Try and reach behind without turning that chest. And once I get here, I'm going to go into full extension as far as I can. Rotate palm up, and then swim over. Notice how everything else didn't move. The only thing that was moving was the shoulder that was working, right? So this doesn't actually work if you're doing this with your spine, moving out of the way. Right? Try and keep your hips underneath you and just move that shoulder. Right? So this is just one variation of the shoulder car. Try this out. Let me know how it works. Let me know how the shoulders feel after. Hopefully they feel nice, like a well-oiled machine. Peace.